Hi guys, welcome back to Reflections with Essie. Okay, so if you remember in my past videos, I spoke about um, my first, like where I worked at first. I worked at a hospital in Bournemouth. Ooh, I did not like that that experience. It's an experience that I would never forget. It took a toll on my emotional health, my physical health, my mental health, my spiritual, everything. The environment was so toxic. I suffered until I had to go to the GP and I got an off sick for about 2 months for mental health support and blah blah. I wasn't well, I couldn't sleep at night, I was drained. I will never wish anything on that, on even my worst enemy, to work in such a place. But like I said, the channel is Reflections with Essie. In everything that happens in my life, I take time to reflect. Kuti, what was my contribution to this? What is it that I could have done better? What is it that I didn't do well? If I'm faced with the same scenario in future, how best am I gonna deal with it? So today we're gonna talk about the do's and don'ts of a new workplace. Like, you get this job, you're starting work in this new place. So how then are you going to make it a pleasurable experience in this new workplace? Okay, so I'll start with the do's. All right, there you are, you're Esther, you're coming from this other background, you've been working in this post, and you've just got a new job in this new hospital or new place or new office or new organization. All right, so I'll talk about my experience, which is the hospital setting, because that's where I work, but I believe it applies to each and every workspace. So first of all, the most important thing is you want to make impressions. Ask if you don't know. Not to be caught trying to connect a machine which you have never used and damaging or breaking some parts. They will not trust you, never again. Ask if you don't know so that they show you. Do not experiment, because they'll actually see by the way you're holding the cuff or the way you're holding this cable and stuff. They'll know, no, this person has never done this, but they're pretending to know. It actually makes you look very stupid. And they'll come and ask you, have you ever done this before? And of course, in self-defense, you say yes. That's the last nail to the coffin. So always ask if you don't know. No heroics in pretending to know if you don't really know. Okay? Then always show a keenness to learn. Someone comes, they stand by you, they want to show you how that machine works. Okay, show interest, show enthusiasm as they're trying to teach you. Show that you actually like to be taught. Show that you actually like to learn and you're willing to learn. And especially the white people that I've worked with, what I've realized is they really like to teach. Actually, everyone likes to teach, showing off their knowledge, showing off their skills. Just like me, I'm a nurse. If you ask me like, oh, how does a person breathe? I will show off and tell you the physiology of internal respiration and tell you the physiology of external respiration, the gaseous exchange between the lungs, the alveoli, and wow. I'll show off really. So everybody likes to teach. So give them that opportunity so that actually they take the crown that, oh, she's new and we taught her everything that she knows. And being taught actually means that you have to deroll and format all those things that you knew from the past, and you are working in line with what is required at that certain workplace. Every workplace has got its own work patterns. They've got their own routine. They've got their own way of doing things, their own acceptable standards. So if you come with the standards from where you were working before and you want to do that in that new workplace, that alone can cause friction. Next, whenever you see people gathering, maybe someone wants to go into suctioning or wound dressing or to give an injection, it's rather private. Or if they want to give insulin injection, or they want to insert an NG tube, Just go, stick around, learn, see how they're doing it. See how they're doing it. They'll feel proud to teach you. They'll really feel proud, and they'll appreciate that you want to learn. Also, stick around with each and every person. Do not make friends, okay? Anyway, I'm not going to the don'ts. I'm still with the do's. Do make friends with everybody. Don't choose an individual person that, I like this girl, she smells a lot, so I'm going to stick around with her, and you're following her all day long. No. Stick around with everybody so that you learn all their strengths, all their weaknesses, all their skills, all their expertise. That way you will know, Esther is good with cannulas, so when I need help with inserting a cannula, I'll approach Esther. Or Anna is good with wound dressing, so when I need help with wound dressing, I'll approach Anna. If you stick around with all of them, you get to know of their skills and their experience and tap in. You will also be able to pick the ones who are easily annoyed, who do not like people, who do not like new people. You will learn about them, and then you will know to steer clear away from them, to steer very, very, very far away from them, so that you don't step on their toes. Then also volunteer to do some of the things that you are comfortable with, that are not controversial, like putting a cannula. No. Volunteer to feed, to wash, to do bed making, to do errands, like they want someone to go and borrow the bladder scanner from Seaward. Volunteer, I will go and get the bladder scanner. Who is going to stay behind to help with this and this? Volunteer, I'm going to do that. First impressions count. Volunteer to do what everybody else doesn't want to do, because you are new. Hello, you still need to prove yourself. So volunteer to do as much as possible. Then most importantly, talk positively about everything. Talk positively about everyone. You've got lovely hair. You the way you are doing the dressing is so nice. I've never seen anyone do it so nicely. You're so accurate when you're giving medication. I wish I could be as good as you. Just compliment. The way this ward is run, things are just good. I've never worked in such a nice and organized place, or something like. Just not really dig into your past or compare or stuff, but try to compliment and understand and uplift them, so that they really feel important and stuff, and they know that you appreciate the new place and you love your job. Then now we are going on to the don'ts. The don'ts in the workplace. You are new, and please don't do these things. Do not disclose your qualifications. I came here, I'm a nurse, I'm a band 5. That's it, period. Do not say, yes, I'm a nurse, but I was actually a tutor back at home. There I taught in the local university, or I did a degree in public health and a master's in epidemiology and blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares about that. You are a nurse, a band 5 nurse. That's it. If you're coming to work and as an administrative clerk, come and do that. Do not talk about that master's in whatever, statistics and economic intelligence and whatever. It's not relevant to this job that you are doing. And the worst bit is the unit manager or the manager of that same department doesn't have those qualifications. So not wait to say newe, kana chodzo wakadzidza kuvadarika. Undoti vadii newe, like really? Kuzvidanira mamhepo, kuita kumakoka mamhepo, inviting disaster. I've seen people who have suffered really, because they have disclosed their past. They have disclosed how learned they are. And nobody wants to be threatened. Nobody wants a threat in their face. Nobody wants a threat in their vicinity. So please don't overstate your qualifications. You only state them in the interview, when they're asking you about evidence of continuous learning or self-achievement or whatever. That's when you tell them, I'm a nurse, but I've actually done a degree in business management, I've done a degree in accounting, blah, 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 blah. I always want to learn and stuff. You're selling yourself. But in the word, don't mention it, please. Then do not talk bad about the place where you were working. Like, oh guys, this place is good. Yes, do compliment the current workplace, that their systems are good and stuff, but don't really bash the place where you came from. Like, oh, you know where I was coming from? We would leave the patients sleeping on the floor. We would wash them with cold water. We would give them uncooked food. You start saying those things. Hey, they'll start looking at you and saying, what kind of nurse is this who was doing all those horrific things there? The label sticks with you that you're a horrible nurse. So please don't overshare. Just like your new boyfriend, you're meeting your new boyfriend Tom. Then on your first date or on your first date, you start talking about what you were doing with Samson. Oh, you know, Samson would beat me and I would steal his money when he's sleeping, and I had to fight with him with this terrible fight, and I beat his nose off and he was bleeding and he went to the hospital. Like, really? The new boyfriend will be like, what? What kind of girl is this? What kind of psycho is this? You know, so please don't talk much about your past work or even why you left. Just tell them I relocated because my aunt asked me to come and stay with her, or my husband got a job this side. That's why I came this side. Because we want to quickly cry and say, yeah, there's racism and stuff. But some of the things, these are just normal workplace frictions which happen irregardless of race or color. I've worked in some places where other white girls have gotten the rough end of the stick. They are white just like them, but they have gotten worse treatment than me, the brown skinned one or dark brown one, because of their own characters and attitudes. So sometimes these workplace politics and issues do not have anything to do with your skin color. But we are quick to cry foul and say, oh, because I'm dark brown, dark brown. But it's because of some of our attitudes and personalities and some of our ethics and conduct in the workplace. So we really need to work towards that. Then, do not join gossips. Do not join the gossip train. Hey, these are the friends of ours with curly hair. They like to gossip. They like to gossip. Their own friend that if you hear them gossip about Mary, you would think that the moment Mary walks in the room, they are all gonna spit in her face. They'll hug and smile at her. Oh, Mary, 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 we're even coming to your birthday party on Friday. Or you'll find that they were drinking together last night. But when they start gossiping about Mary, even the devil will sit down and take notes. Yeah, that's how they are. They do gossip. Do not ever join the gossip train. Act like you do not hear what they are saying. Do not comment, don't listen. Act distracted like you don't care. Don't even listen. Busy minding your own business. If you've got a phone and phones are allowed, be busy, like pressing your phone non-stop. Press your phone non-stop, minding your own business. And because the other thing, if you talk bad about that person, those people, when they go out drinking, they'll go and tell her that Esther was saying this and this about you. Hey, remember, people who gossip, who always, if they gossip about Mary, they'll still gossip about you. Hello. So please don't be part of it. Do not give them any ammunition about saying any bad things about you. So please, that's the worst. Because you create enemies unknowingly by gossiping. There's this other course that I did. I failed. I was traveling to South Africa for this other course, blah, blah, blah. And the owner of the college was a white lady. In this class that I was, there were some white students who would speak Afrikaans and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, this lady is like clueless in this matter and blah, blah, blah. This big mouth, This big mouth. And I was talking. And you know, I'm the only one who failed that course. And upon reflecting on the matter, I realized it might be some of the things that I said. They went and they told her. Remember, everyone wants a good name for themselves. And some of them, they'll even sell your head or your nose to get what they want. So please be found blameless. Do not say anything about anyone in the workplace. Always gossip with your best friend or your husband. Those are the two people you're supposed to gossip with in this life. Then, avoid talking about contentious issues such as sexuality. You know, in this part of the world, we have all sorts of things. Men love having relationships with men, women having relationships with men, people sharing beds with cats and dogs and stuff. That's their lifestyle. That's how they are. Stop commenting about lifestyle issues and things that you do not understand, or anything that is controversial. Like, oh, where I come from, men are not allowed to have relationships with men. Do not say that. You will be offending other people. The manager might actually be married to another man while you're saying that. Hey, and that place is gonna be Gehenna to you. It's gonna be hell. Hello. So please don't talk about controversial issues. Don't talk about religion. Like, oh, I don't like Muslims. I don't understand Jewish. I don't like the Quran. Blah, blah, blah. The Quran is written in a bad way. The only true book is the Bible. Don't ever talk about such matters. Or even, oh, I like Rishi. I don't like this. I like this. Do not comment. Because you are going to say you like the current prime minister, yet all those people in the room do not like him. What does that make you? An outcast. So please do not comment about controversial issues where you feel someone may be having a different opinion. Don't. Just stick to general issues. Oh, the weather is what? Today it's cool. The food is nice. Oh, the temperature in here is too cold or it's too warm. That's it. That's it. Also, avoid talking about your personal life. Oh, I'm married. I've got 4 kids. My daughter is doing medicine. Someone may feel jealous of what you're saying, and they want to put you in trouble because of that. I remember at this workplace of mine, this toxic hell where I was working. Of course, I contributed to most of the hellish things that were happening there because of my own behaviors. I didn't understand the UK culture and stuff. But now I understand a bit. I know the dynamics and how to handle myself. So, I told the lady, oh, actually I really didn't tell. There was one who was saying she's moving out of her house, so she wanted someone to take over the place. Then I was like, oh, it was a 3-bedroom house. I was like, okay, can I please take over the house? My family is coming next week, but I haven't found a house yet. So please help me. So she, oh, your family is coming next week. Okay, you give me your number and blah, blah, blah. I'll try to link you up with the landlord and to take over the lease and stuff. All right. And my family came. And during that week when my family came, remember I told them in the ward that my family is coming next week. I so happened to be unwell because we moved into a new house and it had recently been painted. And I am asthmatic. So the paint like triggered my asthma and I was unwell. I was so dyspneic, I was coughing nonstop, blah, blah, blah. I was wheezing. I was so short of breath. So I called them. I called in sick. Oh, I'm not coming to work. I'm not well. And you know what my manager said? She said, I know you're not coming to work because your family came. You want to make your family comfortable, blah, 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 blah. You're not really sick. I know all about it. That person that I told that my family is coming had gone to tell the manager that Esther is going to be off. Watch out. She's going to be off because your family has come. So, some of these things that we tell people at work, they may use them against us in the court of law tomorrow. Even when you are saying, oh, last night I didn't sleep, my baby was crying too much. Tomorrow, when you make a mistake, they'll say that mistake was deliberate because you're not sleeping at night. Because you told them that you're not sleeping at night. Remember? Or you told them that you're going for extra shifts somewhere. So next time you make a mistake, they'll say, oh, she made a mistake because she's overworking and she's working somewhere else. So please, don't overshare about your personal life. Or if you say, oh, my husband is there, my husband has got a car, blah, 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 blah. The person you're talking about may not like the fact that you've got a husband. They may feel jealous just because of that. or that have got kids and they don't have kids and blah 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 blah. So please do not talk much about your personal issues. Try to avoid those issues. Then, the most importantly, do not look down upon anybody, even if they are healthcare support worker. You know, those ones, or whom would call grade 3s back at home, like my nurse aide, my cleaner and stuff. Respect everybody. You do not know whose help you're gonna need one day. You don't know who's gonna cover your back one day. So respect everybody. Make friends with everybody, because everyone is important. Remember, they might be a carer, but they've been in that place for long enough to know the processes, to know the systems. Some of the carers, they actually know how to reconstitute some of those drugs and the ratios and everything. They actually know how to insert an NG tube, because they have seen it being done over 1,000,000 times. So they know better than you, even though you're a nurse. They have seen how someone does an ECG. They know how to connect the cables and stuff, even though they are a cleaner. They have been there for long enough. So please respect everybody. And the issue of being heroics, I'll tell you about myself. When I just came in this other hellish workplace, we were doing practicals and they said, have you ever done an ECG? Of course, I did an ECG sometime, like 10 years ago when I was working in South Africa, blah, blah, blah. So I said, yeah, I can. You know, I'm always confident and wanting to lead, blah, blah, blah. So they said, okay, you can try to put the ECG cables so that we can sign you off and you don't need to go for the trainings and stuff. So I went on the bed. There was a mannequin all there. Tried to attach the ECG tube. It was a 12-lead ECG. And I got it all wrong. I missed, I think, 3 or 4 cables. Hey, and then they were like, are you sure you've done this before? Then I was like, yeah, I've done it. Oh, okay. You really need a lot of training. This is not good. Not good at all. They were like really pissed. Like, you what are you trying to do? Are you trying to kill the patients or what? They were really pissed. So no heroics. Don't try to do heroics. If you can't remember, just say I can't remember. Even if you know something, just say, yeah, I know how to put a cannula, but I wouldn't mind if you take me through it once again, because each place has got different operating procedures and stuff. So I would like to learn from you before I apply what I know. I wouldn't want to practice on a patient and stuff. So I would prefer if you go first. Then they put the cannula as you watch, and then you mix that knowledge that they have shown you and what you know. You'll be a star at the end of the day. So then don't call in sick too early. Like you're just coming in first week, first few months, you start calling in sick, start talking about problems. Remember, first impressions count. They will start to deem you an unreliable person. Even next time when you've got a real problem, they will say, now she's unreliable, she's always lying, she's always sick and stuff. Try to be strong. Not to say that if you're unwell, go to work. No, when you're really, really, really sick, don't go to work. But if it's something that you can walk past, oh, please go to work. Go to work. Then, about our past experiences. Recently, I went to this other training where we were only 2 black girls there. All the other 22 were white people. Fine. And because of the usual chit chat, she said, one of the white girls said, do you have a pet, Esther? I said, no, I'm so afraid of dogs and cats. I'll never have a pet. Maybe if it's a bird, yeah, but no dogs, no cats. And also I'm asthmatic, the fur and stuff triggers my asthma. And they asked the other girl, oh, Mary, do you have a pet? She said, no, I don't like cats. I always feel like they're hunting me or they're after me. I feel they are wicked and they are witches and, they are full of demons. She's talking about cats. And one of the girls was frowning and looking at her and said, what? How can you say cats are full of demons when they're actually our babies and our favorites? Okay. Then she was like, why do you say you don't like cats? Then she was like, do you know, back when I was in Africa, would kill cats. Would kill cats. I said, what? Kill cats? How did you kill the cats? And there I was looking down like this and like, oh my God. There she goes blowing it off. Oh my God. I was like, wow, this is disaster. Then she said, we would wring their necks, the cats. Sometimes we take the cats, put them in a bag or a sack, tie the sack, go and toss them in the river so that they sink. Or sometimes we take the cat, we go and leave it deep in the forest when the cat comes. But the funny thing is the cat would always find its way back home. So we ended up putting them in bags and going to drown them in the river. And that person said, you are so cruel. You are a witch. You don't deserve to be a nurse. She told you point blank. Then I was like, no, you know how kids are. You know, kids can be naughty. You know, when you're playing in the forest and stuff, some of these things happen. You know, kids can be naughty. I don't think she means it and stuff. Trying to do damage control. And trying like, because she was the same color as me. And I felt like, oh my. But I felt so embarrassed. That wasn't good at all. She shouldn't have said that at all. So some of the things and some of our cultural practices that we talk about, some people may fail to appreciate them. So let's not overshare about our culture in some of the things that we do. Oh, we bury someone, we go back, we do what we call Kurova Guva, we dance around the grave, we sing songs, we get the spirit of the dead person, we bring it back into the family to look after the children. They'll be like, what? Invoking dead spirits? What you all? Are you all witches and wizards? What are you guys? You know, and they're right to say that because they don't understand our culture. So please don't overshare. Keep some of the things to yourself. Learn the dynamics. And most importantly, in choosing a friend, like I said earlier, take time to study everybody. Take time to learn who the good people are, who the role models are. If you quickly come and start playing with Esther, you stick around with Esther, and yet she's the black sheep, the criminal of the gang, and everyone doesn't trust her. Everyone, she's always coming to late work, you know, she does this and this and this, and you stick around with such a person, you are also going to get the same label. So study people, stick around with the golden ones. Okay, study people. Don't make friends at work, or don't make friends too quickly, because you'll be stuck with the black sheep and you'll suffer for their sins before you even commit those sins. Then also, remember to lay low. Don't quickly say out your ambitions. Like, I came to this department because I want to advance and go to school and be an SC associate, or I want to apply for that post for Band 6, or to be the sister in charge, or blah blah blah. Keep them to yourself. Shh. Remember what I said about threats? It's because you are oversharing and they already know too much about you. They'll try to thwart you and nip you in the bud before you even start. So the best secret is to say as little as possible. And like I said, sometimes before we say the workplace is toxic, we have to go back, sit down and reflect and see, what is it that I can do better? What is it that I did not do well? If by any chance you can move to a better workplace, let's move and start afresh. Even some of the things that, I used to fight with my husband in Africa and I kicked him in the groin. They'll be like, what kind of devilishness is this? You know, not to say that's what we do in Africa or what, but I'm just giving examples of some of the things that we say unknowingly, knowing the kind of bearing those things have in terms of our workplace relationships. So let's try to keep our workplace talks, chats, discussions, let's keep them professional. Let's just give the surface look. Don't go deeper. So I hope this video helped somebody who is going through a crisis, trying to find out what went wrong. Because you may end up thinking that the witches have finally located you. and things are not going well because they have sent tokoloshis to ruin your workplace. No, sometimes it's all because of your mouth and what you have said. Not to say that there are no toxic workplaces and there's no bullying and stuff. No, today I'm talking about something differently, about my own contribution to the workplace and your own contribution to the workplace. And I hope with this video I'm gonna make an impact and we all get a chance to reflect and do things differently. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye. Stay blessed. Please remember to subscribe.